Hey, do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in life after death? What if all your dreams and nightmares are pieces of a puzzle you once knew? A place and time waiting for us in the heavens. What if all this isn't real? Are you? Join me as I go looking for answers. We hit her up with everything we had. She wouldn't go under. And when the smoke faded, she was there for more. Much angrier than the first time. And all around her blue steel, the ocean was on fire. She kept coming back to haunt us like a blue ghost. As I stood up on the ship, the wind was blowing really hard and I couldn't help but lose myself in my own space. You know, I was listening to Bill tell me his stories about what went down on the ship and about the sea burials that came out this wooden deck here. It used to be an elevator. And I was just drifting away in my own thoughts of what it was like, you know, back then. We have it so easy these days, and it's like they had to prepare everything for us today. You know, can you just imagine? Like, we're lucky because we're living in the now. But when they were living in the now, it was brutal, man. You know, so many wars going on. It's all about politics and governments and everybody trying to rule the world. But just for a few minutes when that wind was blowing really hard, I felt free, you know. It was really, really nice.
You know, they say that spirits, they don't move as human form unless they use a lot of energy from electrical devices.
See, I got rules for orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Two is one that it's internally lit. If you can only see it by using external light, that's not to me not lit. Because orbs are energy, and if they're energy, they're lit from within. The other one is like smaller orbs, stuff like that. If it's not doing what the other orbs are doing, what the other paint, whatever, you know, if it's acting differently, then I might pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But I don't get excited about orbs.
No, because more than like 90% of the time it's dust.
Yeah, dust or insects. Anyway, one night I was coming through here with a couple of people and we got up here, smelled the stink smell of shampoo. Shampoo? Yeah. So we traced it all the way up there and then into a head that has not been used in years, but you can smell the shampoo in there, like somebody went in the shower and shampoo, but they hadn't used that shower in years. Then I told the Roku guys that, Roku TV. Yeah. And so before that, they came in and they had I'm going to start up my SLS camera. They had started up their SLS and was coming through here.
Yep.
And I stopped there and they looked up. No, I don't have it going yet, but they looked up and they saw a stick figure sitting at the top of the steps.
Really?
Yeah. And so it just sat there. You know, you couldn't see it. It just had, you couldn't tell what it was looking at. But I said, I'm going to start on up there, see what happens. Well, I started on up there, and the guy that was working the SLS said, okay, you're moving up, and he just stood up and stepped back in the passageway like a person would do. Got on up there a little further, and he said, okay, you just went to the left. So I got on up, and it was all closed off. You don't know where he went.
Wow.
So meanwhile, the guy with the camera went on up, and he looked around and said, there's another figure over by the captain's door. And that one was it just kind of like it moved around a little bit. Didn't do a whole lot, but it moved around. Yep, you're showing up. Something up there. We'll go up and see if that other guy's by the door.
Is that a different section?
Sorry?
Is that a different area?
Yeah, it's, I generally don't come in here because it's all staff offices and whatnot. There's no figure up here. So nothing on SLS.
Mm-hmm. How many people did this ship hold?
During the war, 3,000 plus.
Wow.
As a training carrier, she had about half of that, or about 1,500. Still a sizable crew.
Okay guys, so now we're exploring more parts of the ship, and I have to be very careful when we come up these ladders. And I'm gonna turn around real quick so you guys can see how a battleship is usually built, and it's very steep. So look at these hatches.
You know that hatch? You had to use mechanical advantage on it. When the Ghost Brothers were here, just beyond where that closed watertight door is,
Mm-hmm.
they had a 24-hour camera down here.
Yep.
And that up there is where they caught that full-bodied shadow person.
Right down there?
Because that's right below where the volunteer lounge is. On the way out,
You hear that like running?
sorry? There's people walking up there.
Okay.
That's the hangar deck. They're walking.
All this stuff is still working, right, Bill?
Not all of it. We don't have fluids and stuff like that. We, emptied them out so that we wouldn't get leakage problems. Except for what the ship absolutely needs.
Yep.
What you just did. This is where we're filming a couple weeks ago that story with the British.
Yeah.
All three of those ladies were gorgeous.
Really?
Pretty.
Wow.
I fell in love 3 different times.
Wow. Okay.
Walking over here. I take on down there and show you where that
Okay.
full-bodied shadow person was that you can see for yourself if you go on Discovery Plus and watch Ghost Brothers. Yeah, Ghost Brothers. Lights out.
Keep your eyes open, guys. You never know. While me and Beer are walking around, you guys might see something that we missed. You might see an orb.
It's quite it's not uncommon. You walk through and like with that young lady last night, just keep whipping your head around because you see something happen.
Really?
Some movement out of the corner of your eye. It's usually somebody peeking around the corner at you.
Doesn't he look like he's looking at us, guys? Whoa, he don't look too happy.
You want to know why he's not happy?
Why is he not happy, Bill?
Around here, from here. Standing in a box with no pants on.
Y'all guys. That's why he ain't happy.
That's why he's not happy.
You need to cheer up, mister. This way.
Through there.
Keep your eyes open, guys. You never know. Have we been down this way, Bill?
Yep, keep going.
Is there anyone here with us? Can you make yourself known? What's down there?
What's down there is cruise berthing, a couple of voids, which are empty spaces.
Looks spooky.
Now the next one will come through like this is the spookiest one because that's where that shadow person was living.
Really?
If yeah, let's start all up there.
This way?
Yeah. Now this is where he was seen, the shadow person. Right there at the next comb you go over, that's up there in that white space. That's where they had the camera set up, looking all the way down here.
All the way down,
yeah.
right?
Because the brothers themselves had seen what I was talking about with things peeking around. And every now and again you'd be watching them and they said, well, there's another one, you know.
Wow.
It's hard to see translate that to a theater, you know, because it's so small and so fast and so dark, trying to see that stuff. But when you're standing here, you can see that. Anyway, down here is we have some office spaces down here on the next deck, on the third deck, and on the fourth deck we have what's called a CHD. It's a contaminated and biological hazard. That's down there. After I saw the thing on Ghost Brothers, I came on down and investigated all that area. Didn't get a single bleep. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. But I'd hold a K2 to the next hatch down, and it'd be red lighting.
Wow.
So I went on down and I checked, and if he was down there, he was lighting up the lights, but he was trying to stay away from me. I'd have to follow him around. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But anyway, for the last, I'm going to say 2 or 3 months, nothing.
Nothing.
So I think he left. If there are 4 of us in here, light these up. Are there 3 of us in here? Yes or no?
That sounds like no.
Yeah. Are there 2 of us in here? If the answer is yes, light those up. Are you still there?
Sailor. Are you still there, Sailor? Do you miss flying your jet? Do you see the kamikaze coming? Who was your enemy? Was this in Vietnam?
No.
No, right?
No. She was just too old and tired, but she trained every Navy Marine Corps pilot that went to Vietnam.
Wow. Because you know what that sounded like? It said Nam. Did you say Nam? Can you verify that by making something light up? Are there any lady sailors in here that want us 2 hot looking dudes? What? That was a hello. Hello, how are you? Did you just say hello? Can you use your energy to try to speak clearly, please?
Hey, well, if it's too hard to talk, you guys can just go up and touch one of these instruments. It doesn't take much energy just to reach down and touch one.
That sounds like David again.
Yeah.
David, is that you trying to speak to us? How are you doing, David? David, if that's you trying to communicate with us, can you touch one of these devices? I promise you it's not going to hurt you. That sound like please help. Careful. Did you hear that bang? Probably kids.
Just somebody coming through the.
Bang, guys.
Somebody went through that
Okay.
admin door.
Can you imagine, guys, all the history that came through here? All the traveling and...
Yeah.
Was this ship ever in the Philippines?
Yes.
It was, right?
Yes. Philippines, Okinawa, Indochina, and every place in the Pacific.
It's you again.
She was even in Tokyo Bay one time
Mm-hmm.
after the Japanese surrendered, but she wasn't there for the formal signing because they sent her back to sea to circle around outside the island
Yeah.
in case there were any last minute holdouts that would try to come in and disrupt the signatures.
I think your app is going off. What is that? Is that your phone or my phone?
Mine's off.
But you see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. It's not even on.
Yeah, yours was going off.
I turned it off before we left. It's like someone turned it back on. It's like, hey, I want to talk to y'all. I'm telling you, my Siri's been going off for no reason. Can you imagine, guys? You're a sailor and you gotta climb these ladders all day like that? Damn. Whew. Wow. Where are all these guys, Bill?
Former commanding officers.
For this ship?
Yeah.
Look, guys. These are commanding officers. Excuse my labored breathing. I'm not having a baby. But I just climbed a whole bunch of ladders.
It's missing Captain Stump. He's the very first captain. But he has his own place out there because he went on to become a real big shot in the Navy.
Really?
This guy here is one of my former captains. And he was actually captain on here twice.
Wow. David.
Captain Jack Davis.
Remember I told you I was hearing a David?
Oh, really? That could be. So you could look.
It's so weird, man. Like,
Yeah, and then you gotta kind of figure out where he was in there.
look, guys. Remember I told you I was hearing like David or David? Here's Davis, and he just came. So weird. He just literally walked and said, "This is one of your favorite."
Oh, he was a former captain of mine.
He was a former captain of Bill's.
Captain.
And it's so weird that we come here and it's saying David or Davis. Oh my God, man. I'm like, call that coincidence?
Could be. But that's a hell of a coincidence.
You know, call it what you want, guys. But to me, that is very strange. Out of all the names, it could have been Bobby, Jerome, Mr. Anderson? Nope, it was Davis. Oh, wow.
Well, we're going to the next room. This is the captain's in-port cabin. This is where in port he would stay. And it's luxurious. Not that he needed that. Most captains didn't want that.
Are you kidding me? Look at this.
Well, he had to entertain. Hey, you want to see something spooky? My favorite captain of all times was Captain Rocco Montesano. He was aboard here for a while. But he died about 2.5 years ago. Esophageal cancer.
Okay.
That's him. See that mannequin over there? I'm going to take this off and you can see, because he had his face filmed and his voice about 2 weeks before he died. Take that.
That's his real face.
That's his real face.
Oh my God.
Welcome to my in-port cabin. We're just sitting down for dinner. As the captain, I don't get to spend much time down here when the ship's underway. I'm required to be on the bridge or spend time in my at-sea cabin located just behind the bridge. My responsibilities don't go away whether I'm eating or sleeping, so as such, I may be required to get on the bridge on a moment's notice. And from my at-sea cabin, I can be in the captain's chair in less than 2 minutes. You can see my at-sea cabin if you take 2 Route 1 to the flight deck and then proceed to the navigation bridge. One of my other responsibilities for the United States Navy is to be an ambassador. As such, I'm required to host formal dinners for visiting dignitaries and VIPs. Tonight, I'm hosting the Admiral and his staff in a formal dinner. As you can see from the place settings, we are getting ready to eat. I would ask you to join us, but if you notice the grill, there's only enough steaks for me and my guests. However, I hope you can join us on a future visit. In the meantime, please enjoy the rest of your tour on board USS Lexington, and thank you for visiting.
Thank you, sir. We will enjoy the rest of our tour, and your steak looks delicious. Oh, this is where he's making the steaks.
Yep.
You know this guy makes good money.
The captain had his own.
Look at those. Look at those steaks.
He had 2 people that take care of him. You know, make sure his laundry's done, stuff like that. And
If there's any spirit in here, can you move that towel? Can you touch it? Move it. If you remember the smell of steak, can you take a bite out of that steak?
you
What if
want a
it's-
bite? We can get your bite.
What if someone bit it? That's amazing, man.
This is where we got a lot of activity one night.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing, guys. Here's the Lexington right here.
Well, this is why they call her Blue Ghost. See all those ships?
Yeah.
All those? That's us. We were the only non-camouflage ship out there. We were just blue.
Wow.
And that's how the Japanese knew what ship they were attacking.
We were the Blue Ghost, right?
Yep.
All right, let's try. We'll do
this, then I'm going to shut some lights off.
We're gonna go lights out, guys, in here. The generals have been walking in here. They've had meetings in here, briefings. So a lot of important stuff went down in these rooms. Am I right, Bill?
Yeah, this is where the Admiral made major decisions about the fleet that he was in charge of.
So this is the briefing room, man. This is where all the plans and bombing plans, everything went down. They would all sit here and talk and say, hey, we can't do that, it's too dangerous, we gotta go this way, we gotta take that route.
Okay,
So-
that's just going to normalize.
I'm gonna set the camera, guys. I'm gonna set up all my gear. Are there any generals in this room?
Admirals.
admirals.
Well, there might have been some generals if they were Marine Corps.
But admirals are the
Mostly
Navy
they
guys,
were
right?
colonels, but they'd be either admirals or captains or colonels.
Okay. Admiral. What would Mr. Davis be? Admiral?
I'm sorry.
Mr. Davis?
He captain. He was captain.
I would like to speak to Mr. Davis, the captain. Is he here with me?
Captain Jack Davis, my name is Miller. As a YN 2, at the time I served aboard your ship Montrose. Do you remember that?
Mr. Davis, are you here? That sounded like a yes.
Captain Jack Davis?
Another yes.
Captain Jack Davis, do you remember the USS Montrose? You should, you were captain. Where's that?
Wow. Mr. Davis, we want to know your war plan. Can you share that with us? Did you enjoy the steaks on the ship, Mr. Davis?
Be Captain Davis.
Captain, right?
Captain Davis, yeah.
Mr. Captain Davis, did you enjoy your time on this ship? Captain Davis, do you remember the meetings in here?
This truck guy that was admiral, he wasn't in command of this ship, but he went on to become chief of naval operations 4 times. And that's my hero. All of a sudden, I can't think of his name.
Yeah. It sounds like
Arleigh Burke. Admiral Arleigh Burke, are you here?
yeah.
Admiral Burke, I'm an old destroyer man. He wrote the warfighting doctrine for destroyers.
Really? If you guys can hear Bill speaking to you, can you please say Bill?
Can you say chief?
That almost sounds like Chief.
Wait, most of you guys know me as either Chief Miller or Chief Bill. But I've known some of you for a very long time. You get to the ship, equip.
Davis, Captain Davis, admirals, are you guys interfering with all our equipment? Are you making it difficult for us to use any of our devices? Do you guys find that funny? Captain Davis, do you want us to leave? Admiral, are you in this room with me? We're going to the captain's room, you guys. You know, keep your eyes open. Maybe we'll see an orb or something. And well, that's an awesome painting.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, this is up there where the secondary con is, where everything's written in Japanese. That's up in this area here. So the gun was taken out and they closed in all those areas.
Wow.
They put in a hurricane bow because with this design, water actually came on up here like during typhoons and stuff like that and would hit the edges of these, and it actually bent them back a little bit.
Wow.
So that's why they put the hurricane bow on there.
This is the
Captain's quarters, guys. These are possibly uniforms from the captain. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, the 4 stripes is captain.
no enter. But
Yep, I'm here. I can do this.
we can enter because Bill has access to this. This is where the captain kept his money for his Amazon shopping. We're gonna do a small burst session in here. Then we're gonna go to the engine room. After that, you guys, I gotta go find a hotel because it's late already. Everybody's already asleep. There's hardly any people on the ship now. Captain, are you here? Captain, do you like it that we're in your room? Can you give us a sign that you're here, Captain? Captain Davis, can you make that device on the bed light up? Can you move that chain, Captain Davis? Captain Davis, Admiral, do you remember sleeping in this room? Captain Davis, did you ever bring any woman in this room?
You may have. In port. Nobody's going to question the captain.
Yeah. Captain Davis, how many beautiful women did you have in here? Just give me a number.
5?
Sound like
You whole report, you.
sound like 5, right?
It sounded like 5.
You have 5 women in here, Captain Davis? It sound like, yep. Did you hear that, Bill?
Yeah.
You had a lot of fun in this room, right, Captain Davis? Now, Captain. Okay, guys, here's your chance to manifest yourself into a spirit light or an orb or something, you know?
We'll go this way. It's a shortcut.
Let's do it. Oh man, check out these pistols.
Welcome to my in-port cabin.
Wow.
We're just sitting down for dinner. As the captain, I don't get to spend much time down here when the ship's underway. I'm required to be on the bridge or spend time in my hat seat cabin.
It's kind of short, so be sure to duck.
Our responsibilities don't go away, whether I'm eating or sleeping.
Going that way.
And just like that, guys, it's really quiet now. Everybody's asleep. Well, all the little youth at camp. You don't hear no kids running around, and usually things really stir up at this time, but keep in mind that I drove all the way from Houston and Bill's tired and I'm tired. I would love to catch the Holy Grail, but just being here is amazing, and you guys get to be a part of it.
I might come out here tomorrow and retest some of this gear.
Mm-hmm. Can you guys see how massive this ship is?
Nine of my friends were killed that day. 7 from Repair Party 3, and 2 of my buddies that were on the fan tail. Another 35 were injured. Because of the severe damage, 5 of us were left in the damaged spaces until Lexington reached Pearl Harbor. On the 5th, Jimmy and Billy were buried at sea, and 2 of us were never found after the explosion.
Wow.
got some of my best ED, not ED, spirit box sessions over here.
Uh-oh. This is the engine room, right?
Yeah, it's engine room 2. Engine room 1, number 1 is off route and it's not as safe as this one.
Really?
But yeah, I bring people down here because it is safe. Now let me tell you, I told you I saw that one full-bodied apparition.
Mm-hmm.
I had a team down here that two of the ladies were sensitives, and they were telling me about this guy that this is where one of the places would have been affected by the torpedo. Anyway, they saw a guy sitting over there up with his back up against the wall. He said he looked Italian, which is my guy looked Italian, but they said the top of his head was missing. But he was looking at him, and he kept talking about how bad his head hurt. Yeah, but they said he looked Italian, so when I told him about my full-bodied apparition looking Italian, it's like, holy shit, you know.
Wow. That's insane.
So it could have been him.
Let's do the... Guys, this is our last stop. This ship is massive. I'm gonna have to come back out again. You know, maybe Bill will talk to the head honchos here and they'll give us exclusive access, just us two, no one else. And we can make another video. So this is gonna be my last necrophonic session with Bill. Awesome person. I mean, if you do come out here, you should request Bill as your guide. I had a wonderful time with him. And speaking of having a wonderful time, I'm inviting him to Houston to join me at the old Lavaca County Jail, or maybe Yorktown again, because he's been wanting to go to those places. So come on down, Bill.
We'll do.
Sailors, do you guys remember the torpedo when it hit here?
You got a response. I don't know if it was effective, but
That was weird, right?
yeah.
Sailors, are you here with us, sailors?
No. Well, the new answer no.
Are you being sarcastic? Can you appear behind me on the stairway if I'm not looking that way? Can you peek out at me? Do you remember when the torpedo hit? Do you guys remember Charlie? Charlie, what's up, Charlie? You heard that, Bill? It sounded like it said Charlie is here. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play that back when I review it.
Because Charlie, again, the guy's name wasn't Charlie. But I'd like to know what his name was.
Charlie, if that wasn't your name, what was your name?
What was your real name?
Bobbin?
I'd have to look. I don't know if there's a.
That was clear. That was.
Look, because I've got a list of casualties.
We want to identify you, Charlie. You don't have to be called Charlie anymore. What was your real name?
Al?
Can you make a sound and let us know that you're here?
They're going quiet.
What was that? Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Okay, guys. When I turn this device off, you won't be able to speak anymore. So I'm gonna tell you one more time. Have a nice night and goodbye. Good night, you guys.
What the hell that was?
It's weird. Okay, guys, that's the end of the video, man. I have a lot of footage to go over. First of all, I want to thank Bill, awesome guy. If you come down here and you request an investigation, I recommend you ask for Bill. He knows so much history about this ship. If I would have just came here by myself and explored this ship by myself, I would probably be overwhelmed. So, just because I love historic places, but the fact that he knows so much history made it a lot easier for me. And I'm pretty sure this video is going to come out really nice because you get to see what the ship is like, especially the places you can access. But I hope you enjoy the video and you love what you saw. Please subscribe, hit that like button, give Bill a big shout out next time you're in Corpus Christi. You want to know more about the ship, ask for Bill. He's your man, because without him, I wouldn't know so much history now as much as I do today. So, Bill, thank you.
Quite welcome.
I appreciate it.
Looking forward to
Corpus,
coming
thank you. USS Lexington, thank you for having me. I'm The Other Light Paranormal. I'll see you guys next time.